How's it going? Today I'm gonna practice one Brazilian style that often people think it's just bossa nova, or sometimes they think it's Caribbean music. And this style is called by the player that's called João Donato, an important Brazilian pianist that lived. He lived the period of bossa nova. He's still alive, playing, and he has a very strong swing. But he has one interesting characteristic, that is to play a Brazilian style that is mixture with some Caribbean style. He calls this style of Calango. Calango, translating for Portuguese, it's like it's a reptile animal that lives on the northeast part of Brazil and north part also, I think. And this style mixture of this Latin, this Afro-Cuban sensation with the Brazilian syncopations, and I decided to do one live again practicing this because my concept of how to play it changed a little, and I'm always researching for new information about Brazilian music. Always, every week I learn something new, and I want always to practice it. It's not easy to do this because sometimes you take time to be able to play something new, but I always try to renew my way of playing. And what to say about João Donato is one of the composers of the bossa nova period. Another important thing about him, he has very interesting voicings. I used to say here in Brazil they are fat voicings because they have so many notes and very strong, and this strong swing in his playing. It's very interesting. It's very good to hear and easy. So I'm gonna do the first part of the job that I think it's important for you pianists. It's to understand, it's to get independence between hands. But first, before this, let me show you. The first rhythmic layer, it's very similar. Let's talk about the lower rhythmic layer. It's similar from Ijexá that I was playing. So we have a layer 1, 2. We have one low layer playing in the second beat. It's in 2/4 also. But one interesting detail I've learned with the pianist Salomão Soares is that this note is often changed. It doesn't repeat. It's for example, if we are in A minor, we use the seventh and to get on the note of the chord, or the fifth. And we can use also approximation, chromatic approximations to connect the chords. And one very important thing about these lines is about it happens on the second beat, and this second note is the anticipation of the next chord. For example, if I'm in A minor and I'm going to B half diminished, we create connections to the next chord, but the notes changing in the bass before. So be very careful with this, because If you lose this, you're gonna this was one thing that I wasn't worried about, and makes many difference. All right. And we have one in the upper layer that I consider the in this style as the harmonic layer. We have something very similar with the choro language. We're gonna have syncopations without the first note, playing this pa 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 pa. They are constant. They are pa 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 pa. And this, the last chord you play, pa 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 pa. Because of the anticipation, you're gonna change also. The last 16th notes is gonna change before the change of the major, the change. And so this so you're gonna change this harmonic layer. And the first study I would do would be of independence. And how to do this? I play the different rhythmic cells, and I play with the left hand, but I'm gonna choose just one chord. This first job we do, I recommend you not to study any sequence. Just study it in one chord. Be more aware of this, and when it's easier to do, you're gonna start doing in more chords. And careful, we're gonna have this to play A minor. One thing I changed also, that I was playing one note to begin the pattern in the bass, but that is not. This will be our first pattern studied, alright? And we're gonna play 8th notes, 16th, and some variations of 16th. And so I'm gonna also work in cycles, alright? The cycles help to gain fluence without repeating a lot, alright? And getting tired also. If you have some doubts more, if I jumped to some part that it was important for you, just send me in send messages. All right. I'm to make my left hand here. I'm using this last fingers to play the bass part, and this two to play the 3rd and the 7th of the chord. All right. So let's start. and there are other. I'm gonna tell about the rhythmic cells I played. So I end the first cycle. I didn't think it was going to be so easy, but for any reason, it's almost natural to me to play this. Maybe because of the study of the Ijexá pattern, all right? It's a little similar, and so it's being easy to play. Just reviewing what I'm doing. I played quarter notes. After that, 8 notes. 16th after. After that, I played syncopations. After that, 1 8 note with 2 16th. And after that, the opposite, 2 16th and 1 8. And other that is very common in Brazilian music. It's the 8th note, dotted 8th note with 16. Let's do the second cycle, right? Right, it's sounding very okay. I thought I was having more trouble, but there is some experience here that it's helping me. And just let's do the third cycle now, and after that we are gonna start making some different works. Okay. I'm playing wrong. tried 32 notes, but no. And dotted. I can also experiment the 7th. Let me do one time with the 7th. Note that because I changed the note, it's not natural now yet. So note that became much more difficult, and I was just changing the one note. Rhythmically, it was not the same thing. So I'm gonna practice a little. This I'm gonna use the sequence of the song Amazonas. So now I'm playing in the A section. Another interesting thing that happens with this and another Brazilian styles, is that, and how can I think this? Some complex Brazilian styles with rhythmically complex, not because of the difficulty of playing, but but how can I say, they are they create some rhythmic tension. They often, in the second parts of the songs, they resolve in a kind of samba or bossa nova. For example, playing the I have told you about the partido alto that do this. We have also the trio corrente, that is a group. It's a group that when they play some very complex rhythm, they resolve on samba, because it's like a rhythmic resolution. This happens also in the funk, also the samba funk. They often resolve and in samba. For example, I'm playing this Calango, also happens this. So they, in the second part of the song, they change this to create a resolution, rhythmic resolution, right? Two things we can do, we can practice here. A little improvisation, a little of improvisation during, and we can do also trying to put the melody of the theme. I'm gonna do some cycles of the both things, alright? Alright, one more try. Okay, I'm not thinking, so I'm gonna start a little to improvise. Before improvising, I'm gonna do a little of independence. I think it's better. Independence in changing the chords, and so if I can play this, I can improvise. I'm gonna start to improvise. It's right, it's improving. Okay, with 16th, it's getting better. Right, with syncopations. Okay, 8th note, 2/16. Okay, opposite. Ah. Alright, let's play now. Let's play now with 2/6 with the dotted. Alright, let's return to the theme. I think now that I'm able to start improvising with just the same rhythmic sound. Okay, I started to play the B section naturally, and I didn't study for that. This is the interesting of this study. Let's try to play the 8 notes. One more try. Let's play 16th. And you don't have to be worried with the quality of your phrase, because your focus is on the left hand, on the independence. So many people, but my improvise is sounding, I can't play well. Yes, you can play well because you have some problems with independence like me, and the focus is to be able to play first. Then and when you finish this, you can think the notes, all right? Let me play the syncopations. let's do the dotted notes. I'm getting tired already, but you realized that I wasn't capable to do this, even to change chords, and now I can improvise a little. It's not sounding musical. And to end this live, I'm gonna do the last try of playing the melody. I realized that I was repeating notes here, so I'm more aware of what was happening. Now almost ready to play the A section. Prepared already. I changed a little of the rhythm of the melody in this B section. Let me try. I'm sorry the battery was not charging, but maybe probably you've seen I'm playing the right rhythm, and This is the work I use to get new rhythms to my hands, and you can reproduce in any styles. Alright, I hope you have enjoyed. This sounds a lot of swing, and if you wanna see more songs played in this style, just write for me, I'm gonna show you. And so that's it. I hope you have enjoyed this live. I recommend a lot album of João Donato called Sambolero. Hear it a lot because it has a lot of swing and Brazilian taste with Caribbean music. Alright, I hope I have helped you, and to see this and more, follow me on Facebook, Instagram and YouTube as Luciano Ruas _Brazilian pianist in my channel Brazilian Accent Improvisation. Thanks for watching. See you.